Last year, I spent over 6,000 euros on wigs, toppers, styling tools, care products, and hours of research. I mean, real research like obsessive borderline, OCD levels of scrolling, saving, comparing, watching videos, reading blogs. And even with all that research, I still made so many mistakes, some expensive and some frustrating. So if you're just starting out with wigs or toppers, or even just thinking about it, I'm going to share the 7 biggest mistakes I made when I started wearing alternative hair, so you don't have to repeat them. Before we jump in, a little context. I've been dealing with hair loss for almost all of my adult life, but it still took me about 3 years before I actually bought my first topper and wig. I had so many hesitations. Will it look fake? What will people think? Will it stay on my head? What if it doesn't work? But eventually I made the leap, and I'm really glad I did it. That said, I made pretty much every beginner mistake you can imagine. I just wish I would had a video like this when I was starting out. I know we all do it. We see a wig on a beautiful wig sister online and we think, that's it, that's the one. But the truth is, we all have different face shapes, head sizes, bone structures, and something that looks amazing on someone else might not suit us the same way. I didn't understand this at first, so start there. Measure your head, figure out your face shape. It's such a huge help in choosing pieces that actually suits you. Shifting your perspective here can really change your whole experience. I'm pretty sure I'm neutral, but I'm planning to get a professional color match soon. Right now, it's more about choosing the right colors in clothes, but it's not hard to figure out your undertone, and it makes a big difference. I will link a really helpful video in the description box below. Now that I know what to look for, I actually notice the undertone in other people's hair and skin, and it's really fun. You start to develop an eye for it. Even when you know your undertone, there are still shades that will look better on you than on others. And especially with synthetic wigs, the color can look so different in real life compared to, for example, stock images or even videos. Lighting, screens, filters, all of that affects how we perceive color. So my advice is to really order only from places that offer free and easy returns. That way you won't be tempted to keep something that doesn't feel like you. I've definitely been guilty of convincing myself that a piece was wearable just to avoid return processes. Let's be honest, wig marketing is powerful. Brands drop new styles constantly. Influencers show them off. Everyone seems obsessed. I work in marketing myself. I know it's a strategy, and even so, I felt for it. I've bought styles impulsively, thinking I needed to stay up to date or that this one would be the game changer. But in reality, a lot of synthetic styles are super similar between brands, and sometimes even the same brand will release slightly different version of the same style every season. You do not need 4 slightly different bobs, believe me. And just to add, even though I made plenty of mistakes along the way, I genuinely still wear every piece I bought. I'm considering letting go of one heat-friendly synthetic hair topper, and being mindful of sustainability, it's a big part of this journey for me. Even if something wasn't exactly I have imagined at first, I still made it work for me. I've always tried to customize it in something that feels truly me. Right now, I'm planning to bring some of my longer synthetic styles to my stylist, and maybe he can restyle them and turn them into cute wearable bobs. And in this way, I can extend their life. At the core, this channel is about wearing alternative hair more sustainable, also customizing it, making it really comfortable for your needs, and just sailing through this journey as smooth as possible. So here is one tip you can start using right now. If you see a wig you love, add it to your cart, but don't check out. Wait 48 hours, sleep on it. That impulse fades, and don't fall for the sales ends tonight panic. There is always another sale, trust me.
And just to give you a bit more perspective, the 6,000 euros I mentioned was just last year. I've made a few more purchases this year too, but I've been much more intentional about it. Now, maybe for some people 6,000 euros doesn't sound like a lot, but for me it definitely is. Especially because when I first started, I truly thought I would buy one, maybe two pieces and wear only those for at least a year. And some people do manage to do that. But what I've seen and heard from so many others is that we are often chasing the perfect piece, and I'm absolutely included in that. That's why now I focus on customizing my pieces, tweaking them until they actually feel like me.
This is a big one. When you're just starting out, it's so tempting to go for that perfect Instagram hair, voluminous, bouncy, glossy curls. But if your bio hair has always been fine or flat, a super dense wig or a topper can feel fake, like a costume. Also, synthetic wigs, even the heat-friendly ones, they might look great on camera, but up close they can still look shiny, even too perfect, and after a few hours they start to clump and get that wiggy look. That's why I tend to wear synthetics in updos, or go for shorter wavy styles. I actually save them for hot summer days when I want to protect my human hair pieces from the sun. Okay, so there's this wig studio here in Berlin that works only with wigs, toppers and hair systems. I went there to get my hair topper thinned out, and yeah, it was a mistake. Instead of listening to what I actually wanted, the stylist insisted she knew best. She took way too much of the density, didn't cut the bangs I asked for, and in the end, I had to cut the bangs myself. It still didn't solve the main issue, which was that it didn't blend properly with my very weak hairline, because it's a silk top and it's just too bulky. Lesson learned. Trust your gut. And learning to make small changes yourself, it's super empowering. I will share more tips in part 2 on how to find a stylist you trust, because yes, there are amazing ones out there. This one's a bit emotional, but probably the most important. I was so hard on myself in the beginning. Every mistake felt huge. Every bad purchase felt like a failure. But it's not. You're learning. You're figuring things out. Be kind to yourself. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, just remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Just protect yourself when you can, like ordering from places that accept free returns. That one tip alone can save you so much stress. Hair doesn't define you. It won't magically fix your life or make you happy overnight, but it can help you feel more like yourself again, more confident, more you. That connection to your true self starts within. I really hope my story helps at least one of you feel seen, supported, or a little less alone. In part 2, I will share my best tips for saving money, choosing the right piece for your lifestyle, and building your confidence with alternative hair. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep learning together, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.